2017 up to this meet and mine. Oh, you will be a said, dear, say, and such was Shema Fanny and many men. Eba, over Cornwall to one can and ask, so won't get you are not to spar, almost to spar. Now you were killed. Oh, and the idea be how mine, papa, name penny for no, as a 2 multi do 1 name for me. Because I will call lines if you see a dear Baumia. I don't think, say, Udaka could talk about seeing a problem via abuse or correct. I didn't think I am fast idea name call council honor. I am fast I name a dear, and the family in such a way, say, who could yes, Ghana, and I could give you a bang more. Libya will be a piano. Almost mount to yes, it's coming to bank. Never receipt never normal prepare dear na wash in family. The thing says almost me, yes, I dear. Now, obey to me, tax and crank. I don't think see a book of trouble business. There's a wash a car than I dear na. Yes, castle pa. The Yamia the mobile and run near Saber. As I see your call happy to say you call you. No, also the another problem of brain.
And not the
because you can name man Ghana one. Uncle Mike, your gold, your oil, but still now Ghana your hot chili. You cannot even go for the bottom or more more or mine.
There be Baku for to meet
yes, trust say, oh, Baku for to meet Trasso. Make I palm before the neighbor US has. There 20 years ago. The first passport which is near the Bashan. Oh, almost fine. Nipa no yet penny mean me money, dear. But in the pie, your form call your country form on the best year your best in you.
Yeah.
Any of the call, I dear chin near passport to cry. Not only panisika. Mr. Kofi have bagna a cogana, a home or coaching you, Misita. The canning one that's come she can pass it. She can pass you. And to just imagine, say, there's a car or gin and changing and a call my foot woman. A coffee is a gun and your whole battery is in.
Debbie,
she won't tell you that. And to your stress and penny for no so much banner and PP. Make GMP for this. Make GMP for this one bit me a yard again. And one more in such a way, say. Coming in ain't function.
Yeah.
No more bet me, dear, yet. A boy, dear, my dear boy of mine. I guess I ain't to be my idea, baby, a fool. Now, one more wait, and I was sure and near man and not dear Guaquema. Let's send people to me, yea, me a million years, not so bad as 15 years, and Kagana, Bay Ghana, papa. I'm my wow, going here. When you vegetate. I am not a share show be UTV almost say you call a program I'm a need you one I understand the program I miss me for yes and family and more young. And you will be to come be at me and Kakana even or fast 10 workers square and one. And also the Juma a brow man a young sure make because my decided say and more young dear. Fish name Cocono dear, a dear me person Coco you do Ghana. Oh, and yes, stress and pay for woman tea, you need to account almost dear. And almost tea no much need this for my idea and said, dear, won't top and can you say, ye two will be cool me, ya, and what you know how. A good many answer with your crown now, woe. Oh, to me, so maybe I can't make on say, almost no me, not Ghana for no, so said, a binom almost a son I dream the crowd or mono. No multi more mine and cotton tea. Miss me, dear Kakra, and for my to make the come home.
You better was a papa way, young sister Kate, and or the $3 way at the buy. Yeah, that's papa. Oh, what drink? Mammy called UK, na many lawyer, and for the and lawyer.
Yes.
Lawyer, more cover you may.
Thank you.
And your man say,
Nobody.
lawyer, now what chimu? Omampenye the State of the Nation address ebetu twa. Ena na wotwe mu Honorable Chairman Sabunsu and so it's say Finance Minister eni honinti ogina mu eman ono so di ensi kasem yakon homa sika ene sika ibehia for niema esese for the last for this 4 years of Nana term and also beto bia na amanfo bebe na akiro mo adwene ebi mo ka say Kumasi Accra Road kwana che aban hwe na afi die yentimi enwie ebinom so de omohi asem bi te say ahokyere ewo omanum enema nkoso ama ahokyere nketenkete bi wo ho but ebinom so susu say COVID no na ama niema aye rough beni nyina mu no ahokyere ho de esesa mampanyi timi ehu timamufuo no enyi asem aketimi deliver on that enti lawyer wabeka yensa yemisa say ne course na wotwi mu no awanso wadwenkyere ewo ho
Right. Thank you. I can just summarize the whole thing. Say what I heard in the State of the Nation address, and after the snapshots are PP, and the budget, is quite ambitious, but it's the same old budget and State of the Nation address. The leaders will tell us a whole lot. So, any one supporters, and we will jump around and sing it, right? But at the end of the day, Yana, you achieve quite much because you may see the city, right? Every year, the State of the Nation at the end, you see the city. Every year, we know problems are war. Every year, more problems are adding to the existing problems.
Yeah.
It looks like we are not solving problems at all. We talk about it and then divide the nation furthermore. If you say, oh, you pay a bit me, then we in papa. If you say, oh, it's just one of those stories, oh, the papa and papa, and then that debate and division goes on. But this one, there's some aspects of them be a because the first now minimum say won't me enter the mind without planning. That is what I know. You can say anything, you can do anything if the country has no plan. And I said the systems that ensures that a plan is in place and the plan is being implemented. Forget about it. Okay, let us tackle the road first. Ghana ni bi adwen say kwan ya ye kwan oh ya ye kwan ya kwan a kwan entesa a kwan etese aduane akotablen already. Okay, you don't feed a child today and think we as soon as you finish feeding them now, you have to think about what they will eat in the next 4 hours. That's exactly how roads are. Road they are a deteriorated essay. And there should be a sustainable plan that makes sure say each road is a funding, a process, a quite fast day. Without Sanima we in place, now a say president with the ban or a president with the ban or a you be the same common way every day. Maybe I would say you will never hear say president with ban or a we never. Maybe I've never heard say president, prime minister will know may mantemo hakoi. It never won't be that. A corner you pay a prime minister and go one team pussy because there is a plan that deals with it. There is a plan that funds it. There is a plan that makes sure say assess deterioration, quantity deteriorating, intervening from time to time. What I've noticed is when the weather changes across England, if I say Scotland, England, and then Wales, and other nations within the kingdom. Our plans. The central government has a plan that deals with trunk roads, major roads. And the local authority has a plan that deals with a mantemo. Set plan we activity at all times, at all times. Every car pay a certain amount in road toll. Depending on the engine capacity of your car. You pay a certain amount in road toll every year. Every petrol so there's a certain amount of toll that goes with repairs of the road. That process where money comes in all the time.
Near fix it.
Yes, there will not be a time. There will not be a time.
Wow, was one obi o video. A part of video no mute no my wife. Bajo to us my. Bajo mo Skype no so no. Mo fan to mute my yasramo. Mo fan to mute my.
Yeah, thank you. Now, there will not be a time where a Quandian the president no, Ghana should have a plan. Ghana, if you need plan or what, leaders will more elect your cost of recycle. Do you want penny say boom this woman don't pay none? That keep their value, their propaganda value up. That keep the rate and I say the chances of them being elected high. It they will continue saying what they will not think about is the plan and talk. As a plan will make sure that even if I'm dead, it will be sustained.
Reverend me pacho fa to mute my way na. Near we are honing and I ba
Yo.
All right, fa to mute my. What do click it? And it's not my click or microphone or so. And no. Now I say, ubet me at here. A do so casa. Now why? Yentio, General.
Thank you. Now, what they will not do, and what they will not think about, and say, yeah, but they plan, what would they plan better? That makes sure, say, even if they are dead, that plan keeps working and keeps, say, a year quiet all the time. We should be able to run a country, we should be able to run Ghana. Indeed, any country should be able to run without somebody called president. Never. It has to be president to be as Oman is a failed state, to be honest with you. It is. How come say major trunk rules major rules and nam anymore? It has to be president to be no the road minister be no the how? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. We should be able to have a system where when they are not there, even when they don't even know, we are very sure. So wherever all of us live, there wouldn't be a place say president will ban never. Maybe I would say, Sika, me fan say, so much so what. And that's about Frebby D. Na abind the Bema Sir Trump and who, Biden who, Obama who, it will not matter. Wouldn't I? Come when you will come. Never. It will come. It was a minute when he asked Pie to get something like that. I was a pushy and penny for no to think in that direction. I was a pushy and penny for no say one more planet so that when they are not there, the country will run. So we don't need strong men. We don't. We don't need popular men. We don't. We don't need popular women. We don't. What we need is a system, institution that runs even when everyone is dead, keeps running. That's what we need. I didn't hear you know. I didn't wait say 65 years, not say I didn't there is something wrong with us. There is something wrong with us. As it stands, Fufusu Solar Road. Oh, Mahamaye, Niaje. Fufusu Solar Road, wanye, Nana Koye, Namino Niaji watching. Fufusu Solar Road should have a plan that makes sure the final is being made.
That's right.
All the time.
And one can,
you know, Accra Kumasi Road, and what's a system? Second, we see the vehicles the first way. Accra Kumasi Road, see the thousands of vehicles a day. So in a week, vehicles the first of a million. And what's your system when even the president is dead? What's that system? Say told never did you. Because in Ghana, you know, what I've come to see, they say, you road tax, and nobody check. Say you could track to boot tomorrow, who could do one out Jessica, Nipo Jiscan, or the boss who could travel no more answer. Nobody bother.
Yeah,
you know, and you must say, no, you because the bush, you because the bush, you must find you. We are savvy, be how. Because you can't say within 5 years. That was an only crowd that didn't try. What's that called the bush and what's on the bay? Because so called the bush will give yourself 10 years to start paying it. A quantity within 2, 3, 4 years, I say. There's so called the bush and the bay. We was not called the same bush and even more. Sandia baby. The time I was starting to first one, no one called the bush 3, 4 times. Be almost on the bay the same road. Now, are they sustainable? It's not. It is sustainable. Now, there were a few things that made me happy in the budget. And they say, somehow, Ghanaians are going to get identification numbers. So, you have a social security number, so, say, a friend, no. I think Ghana, they want to call it 10 TIN number. And then, SNET number, and then whatever number. The good thing is, every Ghanaian will have the unique one. And we'll be with our planning. So, in the long term, we'll be with our planning. But what we cannot afford is we will ban what was at Natubu. I wish to say the government proposes try to bring it on. Should take it to Parliament and get Parliament to make it law. So you cannot come and just abolish it. Because see at the mind 60 something years, you need number for everybody. Meaning how you want to call it. I have a friend NI, National Insurance Number. Meaning some hope you have a social security number. You know, or whatever you call it. But we have to have it. Because with that, government can pay people when they fall into difficulties. So with that, COVID-19 assemble a scan, if I could drop one, someone solar near Mamuska, you boost money amount 200 cities. Kenyans are we can identify the people and pay them through numbers. No? So 80. When I heard the president and I said the budget said, I think the president said in the State of the Nation address that national identification number, no, it will become your 10 number.
Yeah.
It will become your SNET number. And it will become most of these numbers. It will all merge into one. It's a very, very, very good initiative. That planning in terms of the human resource, it is a very good idea, but I don't mean person 9-day wonder. The person who said, Ebeko Parliament, we make sure we vote on it and make it law. And make sure so we be intimate. No one can say, oh, Monamoye, Yedi and Penno into Yajai. Now, I feel the cycle of Yenife. Because Mekai say, national identification, Mekai Mr. Jonko 4 times. There was an attempt to implement this. Say in law, any composer say it has to be done and it has to be finished within a certain period of time. Also, every Ghanaian being and it would never have given males in any group the chance here abolish, when they came. Because our 8 years now you just had me, you set you back immensely. Now when this group came, Mr. Nenekufado and then the group by 4 years, I think they've done a lot. Say within 4 years they've given about 15 million of them. They were.
I think so.
If you listen to it, yeah, it's good, but I think we need to complete it quick. We need to complete it quick. Yes, I don't want to free hono. In fact, see, identify nipa niamu bia number identification number no. The most important thing is you should start in their planning mind going forward. Wrong. It should not end in the panko. And what set you call into planning a minor casas infrastructure wide. Maybe to say a dire ECC. The idea say what any fast kind with CSS or a Wellington boot. Where to try to see you see pay. No what to phone. What's here end the sense?
Yeah. Authorities scan so no. No, no, mind for nature. And one quid.
As some making will be back as a wunya santini when no more than when I know. But it's madness for us to sit down and allow.
And one work on a lawyer.
So we're fine, I don't care. This is me what he be, but woman did act the same. Say, we're here to meet TC baby. What you training what home? Sesuku besi hono, hospital besi hono, market besi hono, pavement to cranny quine on. Near Tony na. Oh, near Sumi Frabuche Makotobi, no a cynicaca. Na a hono in the plan beer. I get me who England ha. Pa didn't pass Ubinia. To be honest, didn't say anything so Ubinian Crata. Any be a friend of planning permission. Planning permission to say me will fear young fanasa.
Yeah.
Now, me will garden or me fear chi. Me will garden with fear. Okay? Garden or me fear chino. A hoya to wafa home is a garden. The fan said there's a fence wall, it's a garden. Okay? So when your permission crack a cake, so would the shed is you. When your permission crack a cake, so would the who yes structure be you. It's much more difficult than so British passport, to be honest with you.
Wow.
They will tell you no. They will tell you no, you can't. They will tell you simply no. You have to apply.
Ukrainian lawyer can.
You have to apply. When him, some media, idea, or me and Casamakoto, idea, and then my offer to dia. Maybe you never see a feature. Maybe you are money 10 times me. Never you say me, Chadiana, police better. I have to go and apply for permission for that. Eti so obi atimi ayesade we enu na mani pa yetimi planning who say aha nipa do say ne be ya wo in an area because there's planning. Ne who say nipa do say ya wo there must be school, there must be primary school, there must be secondary school. It doesn't wait for your Muhammad Okosisi 275 schools as you see no. Planning nankasa na chile say aha population say per population census the last data no 10 years ago nipa nkoda do say ne wo mo. And therefore, there must be a primary school because in Nipa, primary school, it was a year within 2 miles of where you live. Also, secondary school, it's a more than 5 miles of where you live. That is how Nipa plan. Also, side way a plan in your day. When you have this thing in place, but the Johnsons will the same carries on or not the point because it's planned. So the same thing carries on. Joe Biden that thing will never stop. Yakasi school with Joe Biden the BCA. We should end that thing. We need to think ahead. Say, any people will assess so. What more planning to the sense in the what? Your planet, and your identity, your identification. How come say you Ghana you work with that? Oh, that's it. How? How do we make sure say? How do we make sure say? I can't be 5 years and maybe I work here in primary school space or home. How do we make sure? Maybe I work here, so one of our one registered within second number of days. I bind the fine on him, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Over sign, good. When him get your yes, because one may register our friend. You who say in 5 years' time, our friend will send for a primary school place. Until they say it's compulsory, you have to register. Who register we are? Once I have a school time, but some people can actually was where. In Tinyasa Fe na Obeko, I just have for memorial school. Oh, I am ma, Yemfano, I am ma, and you won't call a you. Now I could run in the moving brand, I feel in I am ma. They just ordered to call private school.
African life.
It's a proprietor, no. Near Kofa come and Kobe net ya chinko, not never need him for Kaya, and you root wet. No, than I'm not an American kind. Just as simple, we cannot joke with deeper life. Politicians won't joke with us, but we should put a plan forward to them. Say, won't me follow their plan here? Then you are not worth to be our leaders. What was the tear or match? And what I realized, what I've come to see, they say, oh, no. Everything they do is idea more popular and boy. You know, they spend a lot of time. So a politician be a suit. So politician be a suit. Lawyer be a suit. You know. There are reasons for that. Yes, there are reasons for that. Because they want to appear good. They want the almost lifestyle now it's about propaganda. It's not about helping you. No, I'm telling the truth. It's not about helping you. Lifestyle is about propaganda. It's about them appearing okay. You fine. We know when they get out, they won't look so good. He will never plan it at the amount we freeze when you are every money cream. Idea mama why freeze one and I said net yes what yare and I said what that is equality. Look, say a here said Prime Minister your friend Boris Johnson, say your friend David Cameron, say you don't care. The system is there, consult the system, it looks after you. You know, you don't care. See a wabofra, suku, before abofra never do 5 years, not the space, because classroom is somewhere more than 30, no, because it's been planned. Why can't we do this? For us to be talking about a coin, what's our banner year, no, what's our banner year, no, what's our banner, so mayor, one can say, look, there should be a system that makes sure, say, me, if I'm not there, that system makes sure, say, coin, because a coin, it's just like you feeding your child. So, Bobo sent a told you animal, we a failed father, who need plan and mouth beddy all the time. Then we are ad hoc. Macomobusia and pay now they are taught Kukunia Yam Manum. We are not Comobusia, now they are taught a full powder near we do Biama, you know, the young quina, mashi. Now what you did, why a one to me, and you mean what's a Comobusia, near the account a Etiwama, who was said you were just failed because we need plan to sustain you. And that would say, we are in the honor. What will happen? You know. We need to get them to think for us. So we have to propose a plan to them. Ghana Ghana so any pay trouble Ghana no. Any pay trouble Ghana no. Ubi anything. Tina Libya make us a Ghana problem no. Kibon Koso is our main major problem. Because any pay Koso like Otwaban. None of them know say, look, you must have a plan. If you are not there, that plan should be working. We don't confront the politicians with that. We don't. And one say we praise them. The average Ghanaian will either be praising MPP leader and I say NDC leader, that's it. Or could die the Juma no addition of pa. Oh, me will one persuasion, Yamishan pa, Yamishan is anything. No, what's anything? So, me free one shot. So, you more radio, so once I feel a drew advert among a drew in a one now waiting you that Nancy Musa, just what he feel in some force, which will go to oh, and Yamisha the pan, one Wakasapa. Nancy Force, I was a politician with only near Jake, who's in Kufu in. But if you confront them, say, look, they're more, if you're not there, a coin bay. When you are ill, a coin bay, one day you'll be pensioned. The nation is not about you, the nation is about itself. So when you are not there, is there a plan a business name the idea way? There was a Ghana coin you know, what plan there? But Mike, to be honest with you, saying him for 7 years, we need to hold that thing near Bokosame Uti. Said we need to stop them. Because we're here on what points I think this kind of worry no. Eddie be a chimpana, no, the guy what I can hear, no, what talk to my FM, no. Now, devastation or cause you a cow forever, wouldn't that? Because he actually the settlement. No, he not from sitting in army, this is your time. Now, no school, no hospital, nothing, just nothing, not even pavement. No, he never go. Sad dine now, CC Mantemo, it becomes a liability. Because you don't want a situation where, say, Umami Yariana, there's nowhere to take her to. You know, so by Nini, Uba Wafa area, there is no school, Ubanabako in the immediate vicinity. When that causes a liability, one day we'll go. We need to think about that. But when politicians and chiefs meet, it's a disaster. Because I go for no Kambonwa. And that's why politicians, as soon as they win power, the first people they go to is chiefs. So when we win power, Obekuma says, and tell him Obeko first. Why? No power for the two man, no. Okochebia, Ochebi Hino, Obeko first. Oko Domandia, what is it? Ajmabedumba. The whole crowd, they want to say, the whole day, want to say, Opuni Kromua. What Opuni Krom, he couldn't come out. And it's share papers, he had to tell Puno, the compass in a year. Why? Ask yourself why. But the politicians and chiefs agree and they sell our country out. Chiefs Nankasani is so greedy, almost land the Omodia. Somehow, many also say, and the Ampa. Near Shen Pong. This just rampantly. What me is so finished speakers. One of too many per 5. No more about me new papers. My dear phones them from my house. What me funny pabby bebo. Now say Accra area or yes, what he be was I a police in me and was I a landguard. Mountain that's from the end of the no. Messi at top of Pana man, come one man. Prosi phone kwacheno soja phone kwacheno ma fe wi ase eni pa ka tipa truck and wo mo se yempre enough is na ye call pe so ye kwhwe no monte
naga lawyer naga if anything enya na ya ti soja phone the police for o kwa am robbery na say bia
disaster. We need to have a plan. When we confront a politician, let us confront them with, if you are not there, with the system run. Meaning, say certain numbers, identification, Mr. Ekufuor, and in the group, it's a very good thing because when he is not there, that will continue. But what I want to see is let's make it a law. You know, let's make it a law. I mean, President Biba was in the panel to make sure. No. Let's make it a law. Say, look, Ghanaians might have identity. Somehow it's begun. This is what it is. Every Ghanaian must have a unique number. Because COVID, we say, no, it should teach us a lesson. Say our country has no foundation, it has no system.
Yeah, and
the idea said, Nipa Kujina circle be Binia Masolai. You both me a near my watch, I actually go robum. And now he had film Koguso, Sikuku the other as a COVID near Diana. We could have done better than that. You know. But now it's gone. COVID is going down, but we should learn from it. Say, we need to put a foundation down. When people become poor, we need to find a way to give them money without necessarily so much life. So, when people become poor, we need to intervene and help them look after their children. How do we do that? And they say every child must be identified. Every parent must be identified. Everybody, baby will be at TBA must be identified. If sadly we, President Kufuor has started, let us make it a law. And then when other people come, they should build on that thing. Not a fee, you know, without Sandy Mano, oh, yeah, Kano, the night, the idea with Muhammad, the Kufuor, the look, they haven't done anything because you Musika. They just adding their name so that their market.
Now, lawyer, Mamma Missa, being so cancer. Send your walking. Aban bipa no be bibi na wanwie na ne term so no kwa tani wo kan ya instead aban obeba na beto aso no na kwa se we nye na ye ema aban dada no omo na de buy na ade ya no property na se wuram na asai enwura ne ade na ayeka
because there's no planning here. There's no planning here. Say what plan or what?
Okay, what about that? So how are we gonna change that kind of mindset?
And I make us say we have to have a plan. Many want we should confront politicians and set up a plan, set up system. Don't set up yourself. Well, maybe I would know. See, General Hospital, you be see them be a canwa, and your president decided. A population census, a area only decided say we need to expand the hospital.
Oh, really?
Yes. Population census, internet census every 10 years, it teaches a lot of things about ourselves, how we should behave, and what we should do. Once a area also, once a kind cast away area, maybe I would do why I can see this sign more. Omode why I can see me, omode sign coin, no more jaw. Can be a fast to be a kind.
Over here, the cabinet of us, we are not a record.
A fast to be a kind. Almost sideways for a week. It tells them, say, this area can't do say Naba. Our roads, with the road cope, not planning for testing. Say, what this number of cars will have, road expansion or anything. It's nothing to do with who is the president or who is the prime minister. No. They are planning. It's the system that is working. So, the Ghana say, the idea say, President BBC, but Dambia, we ba ma abandon no. A situation where president is in the free one. Then it's a system and identifies that that should be done. That system identifier it falls in the budget. What am I saying? Mekai say apparently I said Mr. Champ on a time. Some building was started at Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. So building no.
And the Champ on a time, and I said, head of state Champion. Yeah, now you have names for them, I don't know. But because there was no system, there was no planning about it, and once we been ego, when he died, the building had to die with him. The dino was never completed. And Nancy could go to him. A champion told me, imagine what a waste. But say here was a system identified 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Population is growing. The NIPA depend on this hospital is becoming this much. The Mofai Womu is becoming this much, and therefore this number of beds must appear there. It will happen in the budget, automatic. So what town be town? Is a town like Ferrum. Population grow. The last census, NIPA 5,000 abekahun. The number say NIPA 5,000 abekahun until one say, and Mofomu design system say NIPA na yesikano. China Mofu design no. NIPA no nam hono only yesikano. So it is about first say oko school obeko bia na because a buy bus school tabo prawe aba into this much is the budget in here that school. It is the same thing no it will factor in hospital obeko. The bill obeko just everything. That is what we should be looking at. We need to move away from but because I have to be a Ghanaian, I also need to be this community. But I'm an because I know, say, if you have a strong man building a country, when that person dies, the country dies with him. And I have so many examples I can give. But if you have a strong institutions don't die. Systems don't die. Systems remain. Institutions remain. Human will die at some point. Either say kuye bit to know, and I say one diabetes COVID veteran kuno. Tanzania president join Matisse say COVID in the cool. You say that India said they're trying to seek treatment. One day. We are in India or India. If he has a system, that system will make sense.
Lawyer man to what's in India? Lawyer now say COVID-19.
Tanzania president you get no. What is your COVID in this? Monte.
As
yeah, my end up is sorry.
COVID I hear Nipa was one year COVID just in some papa so I don't wish to say COVID in you but sometimes when the propaganda is too much, it becomes some sort of Matisse say open treatment and say he is lambasting everywhere. Even vaccine crab back say no, this one doctors are contest and yes, I was woman Macrumo. Yet to COVID in India, Yakrumo doctors never know India. They are building names for themselves. Woman life is about propaganda. Woman life is about
Yes, I can't bro for some. A profit so you see any crum the and cotton. Now, person yes spotter. A him for an idebeco. Any protein I remember. Then you put in our common.
The Mekai say, some COVID by we were made to believe say a year before. Actually, they changed the story. Actually, even when they developed the vaccine, they are trying. We stood in Ghana ready for this. Mamu fancy, ah. When you more drama fan can come over more. If we have a vaccine by any do Ghana, some of one could be first. And then as Mangwa General Maminko, Timonica and Womiansa. Really? One more lambasta deal with. You know, politicians in Ghana lambasta deal with. The kiss a cosiprata Kobe and Mama. I'm saying, hey. They're telling us we have to have system that will build our nation. We cannot rely on persons. No. I want my party to remain in power, so we build systems. You know, so that one day when the Kufuor is not there, when Bawumia is not there, when, you know, we are not there, the system that are building, it runs and make sure it looks after our children.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
Almost started, let us wish, you know, let us help them implement your master, but let us also add more to them. Say, look, why human identification we aka properties, structures, and then is the rate I had tons are say, and my intimate catch up of planning in the country. Ubatiana say OFOSUHENE, oh, assassin or an backroom, make you chat on. Now, we need to end that thing quickly as soon as possible. Government need to take measures. Say government planning everywhere, and I say whatever department are you in charge of planning, town and country planning, you know, and they planning everything, and we'll make sure say before a settlement is planned. First settlement, you know, say 5,000 houses, never more. Say 5,000 houses, there should be a school there. There should be a land for school first, land for clinic first, land for market first, and I say be maybe a taxi big now, nominate money. Convenient, I did money ultimately conveniently. They should sign a manifest and Sunny I consider say, yet a tip plot at Tonton. Even plot no quite Tonton. I believe say the idea where we top plot and we'll sit down our penny style our paces, you know, it was a real thing. I believe say it doesn't work anymore. I think say plot, you know, you're planning in an area, you're planning even the type of building BCS so it's all built, work to be. Say you know, ye na ukwa Toby. Now team. Unya toso uni to me also anything there. You know, uye wa resources you face a big fine when you find a prison. It you know, we can know say we have a structure number 1, maybe a house number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. That will factor into government plan. You know, address system will be factored in. Bibia Ghana no the attitude no. Say Kumasi say Ubahonma. Land and there was a railway station, a railway lines near man. You're here for Tony in empty. Yet much a cheap crook, a crack to say, come and say, train your mom. Be high, a dumb way to him. Yet much a crack, train your mom. A crap, train your mom. I can't land in the Cassabepe Wunda.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't land in the Cassabepe. Land in train stations, underground stations. What can a tram, a new town of a crack. Yet much a crack. Yet me and you say we have to have train station. Instead, you know, such station yes, so a higher gamanchasa say Matondi, a higher Usumanche, Watondi. Make a because I make time for no, it's not that. But any pair tons as an almost cause trouble for us. So no tongue or this kind of water no. Ubakuma say, Antoma and baby and cool school. Yet what just say mobo and then the cool school and a hammy. Keo Matadis. Keo Matadis may show any pretty anymore. I think Keo Matadis. School and no far area. School park and Danny Lorry Station. Nankrano school must teach an each one year. Will be the Akobam. A can't know but no one speakers. So Akobam, me, ya. Madame for the child. The Congan and the Cosran school. You besides, and I'm wearing what that day was easy the woman knew. I'm a fan of Cabede. Sukuno, a Hunina ton force. And Sasika crack that one. I could let me 2 minutes or Timmy, yes, you're toning in Eddie. You know, South School Park and Cranka was Santino Town, Claudia Dom. Kufuor no bought a Sameko for or Banda 17 Black Star Crams or Black Star, yeah. Mokaina or bought by a Monique. park and on bobo so and no quiet tongue will be a siaponsa. Imagine park a best the whole community, best every child coming through. You know, your tongue, ya say, sit down, Yansen say, your baby any petty meet na home, your park and connect me with your gross. Yes, I am. Ubame Mantamus and Tinta will be able to gateno, the chill or not part with that. If you are saying, my dear. Oh, and then yes, Paul Park and Nakosia, my dear. Hey, Kakaka, my dear, Kosia, my dear, who answered party was a medium.
All right, lawyer, now this year, my.
Yo, 80 Bessia, na, Mumia Bayabaso. Yo,
thank you. Lawyer, near 10 and Kane, or the Ninkomo free UK, and I agree, and I.
Mike, we must ask him as a lawyer. Quiet.
Yeah.
A friend is saying, many encophobic cassette, your road network, you know. Me percent a kaboom near Kodisa from Kumasi to Tamale. Na aye private ye kwan enya aban asem na nya bibia ne ye de hona tichire to ye de to ni ho abetu so ne ye de sai sika na ebenya ye tie de a ne ye sai de tichire kuro ye de tichire free sa along from Kumasi to Tamale na kwan no bia huge development dano me pese me busa say Ghana for you will be any mind penny for mapping.
I say, so you one correct.
There before Tola Bakasa, depend on Casa, a resignation and after a real soil will be a cushion.
And ya some pan American.
Who got it? Kumasi to Tamale.
A point America. Yes, you come. To a crab.
My problem. This is too much. My lawyer, Makasa. Come on.
Nana, this is what some are okay. I'm for say, Kumasi to a crack when I don't fear Petepe. Now, baby, on my area, Kumasi to Tamale.
And now, some America. When you're buying. Uko Nigeria yonkophobia mo ya komo ya private
matuase se nya ban ase
any sako she papa bi say company ben na mkasa wa America hana wanga se juma ben na wo ye
what do you mean by that? Do you know the obi betimi aye e dey say na wasa wo
many come on don't come and lie
what you mean by omunya private people these are the things where these are the solutions na make ho asem na people sometimes some people I'm not masa nya wo kro asem na make me pese o na so the influence for me craft nchen obi pese onu ekoye saa ade na eda aban so no onu di saa ade na ye no onu na bi se kan sankofo no ye nya nipa be 4 ene omo ye saa ya kwa problem bibia na se ya aban
na na do say ni awu kan obi suggest na wo de be ya na say
asem na make
all right that's it.
Mr. Mike.
Abroche.
If I come in this hour, send back on a lawyer. And the lawyer can't, Nanadman, the dual send be say, almost a tip rock to deny this.
Well, lawyer, one more beardy, one more him be.
How they remember me, I don't know. And he be a lawyer, Mamma said, come back and Ghana breakfast what? If it's my amendment, power, your Ghana, but I mean. Because I'm running.
Lawyer.
The convenient alliance between politicians and chiefs. And our causes are messing. Okay, Ghana, you were planning laws and town and country planning laws that dictate to say, "Wohene, wo land no, town and country plan the planning. Normal locate everything. Okay, that is how our laws state too. These are laws are needed to my right now. Politicians and chiefs they come together. Politicians want to person ye be my chiefs in any and the chiefs person be my politician in any sango for no mere almost meeting behind closed doors and tell one worker. And somehow politicians instead of enforce so I say chief who need to make out on land. Because this year planning land now you be we have to keep everything. I said what me at all. Politicians have ignored that thing since time. Oh, sometimes Mr. Okonfo Eba also blame JJ Rollins for say onunya the opportunity. So by you could have shut everything down, shut everybody up. Okay? Because we were not voting. Because the current system I vote to a wholesale will be eco vote to me. I don't like it because I believe say any part of vote, they don't actually know why they are voting, and that can impact on our development. JJ had the opportunity to tell the chief, say, look, you are not selling any land. Because he ruled by decree. What I say? And then if the current democracy for is one way or another, chiefs will tear the tribes against them. Tiana politicians who must tell me chiefs now one so that they can win over tribes. But the NSC form say Sanse Bruno is ended. So no, Sanse Bruno is ended. You are not selling any land. You know, the land will be planned by town and country. When the betchere say we will settlement to any part in the bet now. No more we are. They call them perceive a further. Says we are. It will all be taken over by the financial institutions. They build the settlement. That's at home. So, and if I debate me a social housing where you better target poor people and give it to them. Because at the moment, politicians you see affordable housing, it's a foolish idea. Somehow Ghana for affordable. It's not affordable for the poor people. We are politicians at the tonfa. You know. But say I can say the next for one. But saying you see the next for one is the problem here. I don't need problem. Because we are just all the next form against Galamsey. We never cheap promise Galamsey. Yeah, got trauma for any pan. What you say? Now, go for the customer in the next for me more immediate to answer here. The opposition will go around the tribesmen. Say, one will say more in it. One to more say, why do you more in us as and then it will cause big problem for the chiefs, for the politicians. Instead, in almost per more convenient, almost my one. And that the chiefs need and they agree and concur. It's a problem for me and you. How do we tackle it? How do we get honest politicians can say, look, it's not about me, but it's about the system I was here putting in place so that we knew system be running. We don't get any. All of them should be about them. It should be about them. Your Muhammad, me, the kind of corner, everything should be about him. 1 year. He doesn't think say Minihonoma will it be sustained. It shouldn't be about me, but it should be about the nation. No. Recently, remember example within the MPP. Come on, finance will crowd introduction. What kind of finance minister knew to win a cocaine? Before I yet taste a finance minister in the honor, into one about cocaine, it became a big debate. Supporters of this person the cocaine, supporters of that person the cocaine, supporters of this person the cocaine, all because they want their man to appear and look good and win political points. Never about our country. What do I say? Never about our country. It is a big problem. Big, massive problem. Say, how do we ensure, say, Sanya man was here good in place, and I say, we become monitoring. Say, monitoring in Yajuma. It is true. So, monitoring here, Juma, supervision here, Juma, and can make Yajuma. You know, how do we break the cycle? Say, one day, being honest politicians, like I said, look, it's not about me. I will sacrifice. But land sends him full turn. It has to end. Can we get one? And I'll go to Parliament and make sure such law is passed. Can we get one? Ibinyabi. Ibinya wa hino baka se me kwa menko do ma hino. Ibinyabi. Ibinya politician baka se me cook ma se menko santain ibinyabi. Are you sure say ibinyabi? Yenya. You know, see be lucky one day and somebody take over the country and then make sure say, look, that is what we are doing. And that is what Ibimonya Safwaya or my sustainable communism. In the same direction, yes, you can find. But on the same Benyas, I didn't know. Now we are cycling between Senyache Mauntimia, a Quakubuai, Senye Kwaku Buaya, a Pier Stadium, Senya Pier Stadium, Kwakuminta Kando, Senye Kwakuminta Kando, you are mean, Senye you are mean. Just mention their names. These people, do you think with them, back with something he? Just say, do you think we can develop a country with these people? No. I just gave examples. But it's a shame to see so much hijacking nation. You know, and all look good and appear good. Because I wouldn't want to wear suit. One thing I know about lawyers and politicians is why a lawyer be a could. Are you aware? There's a good reason for that. We have to appear different so that people will trust what we say, but not necessarily the can be any more. And politicians do the same. You know, it has to be about us so we can win. But see, when you're lawyer, a politician be a mechanic. One was shed the car, the dirty oil will found how he looks, but he will solve the problem. What I say? He will solve the problem. Make sure say two car car. Let me go crown a car. No, we be a free house so bomb pine and say that is what we need. You know, that is the sort of hands-on approach where no nonsense. It has to be done. It has to be fixed. It's not about me, but it's about the system where they be put in place. Mike, it's a big problem. When people say, how do we do that? It's a huge problem. Currently, the Nkofonu kuta grip. Me Ghana, me Ghana radio so. Na me kasi me ko mo pese me kampo. You know, because I have to go there and behave like the me from Taliban. They say, "Well, we are Al Qaeda and Taliban." That's fine. But I have to behave like them, you know. And then, oh, now nipa a friend, wakasapa nyamishano. That is the thing, Mike. Ghana has a problem. Because Ghana is failed state. In most cases, I know what I'm talking about. Because a future where the system will go from. I don't see it. System we don't even feel it. Yes, so we advocate for personalities. You know, we don't run nations with that. We don't. I'm afraid. You know, I wish them well, but please, they should take something kind. I support it 100%. They should go to parliament, make sure, say, nobody be allowed to say me says, I don't know. Meaning, say, almost started identification. The NDC had their own view. They even said, say, and then actually, I think they changed their position. You know, it will be abolished if they take over the nation, and that will be a disaster. No matter how bad it is, say, you know, conform more view, say, address system, and you say, that's fine, it's true. But no matter how bad the identification is, let people have the SNET number, and last say social security number, whatever. Then if we are here an addressing system, so we can add it to it. You know, and then we can identify people. You bet me identify them one day, and then we can give them identity, so that we know, say, we have this number of children being born in the country. We need this amount of milk in the nation. Therefore, we need to get more in. We can get to that side, that system one day. That is the sort of system I want to see. You know, let's build systems. Now, on the issue of the road, the gentleman just saying, I want to touch briefly, if Mike will allow me. For some reasons, they all cannot get a good thing. But for some reasons, say your best sign will be contract, say the road no more, or may ye partner to it. We have to make sure that the ownership of that road remain the state. So Ghana politicians, if they are allowed to sign such contract, they will sign the contract and keep it for themselves. The trouble is, road then becomes a private property for an individual, will be very, very serious. So say look, the tone says you can each year estimate is the same until we can hire you value for money. You know, we expect saving 10 billion Ghana cedis on this road for a year. For some reasons, contract, and I say whatever sector just like you one employee because Ghana says you have private people nearly so many sectors. That's what we managing in terms of more running the value for money. We will be better off. So, for some reason, I say, look, the toll system on it, no. So, you need proper supervision. Come in, supervise it, Yeah, expect to see 10 billion a year. Which hit a target now, you get to be at 5%. So now, yeah, if I'm saying we pay you per result, into which hit a target now, you pay you 1%, 2%. So, thank you for any better. Because we need that money to sustain the road. I don't believe say we should be go what's a kokoji busia. It's a bad thing to do.
That's right.
You know, we should be top petrol minimum every day. See, yeah, this minimum says that's already a cost for road. Some 2 pennies being some pence be so. I cost for road. Into every gas station, who could do kakusuna ubu a petrol now for a year. Says you can what you be. You know, every road to be able to be what you be. Plus, every year, we can also road worth to check. She can't be your honor if you go to government. Some of them should go to government, about 50% or so. And I can't get us a tax that's all. Now they had been passed and say Ghana and Karan before the can be removed. You can't do huge money as import duty or whatever. You know, that thing one day we need to talk about it, whether it's a good thing to do or not. But basically, we are also it is sustaining coin. Also, it is sustaining coin. You can give Bosia party a bear coin is a dangerous thing. But this is what the politicians have been doing since 1992. Oh, you can loan with your bear coin. You will come loan by Quantum of nobody. So, in the coin back on last year budget new. This year budget room. Next year budget room. One of Seba are buying free so the next Abano. The budget now so coin back of Fusus or Lacoin.